So last week we did a lot of clue scrolls, and by a lot of clue scrolls, I mean a lot of clue scrolls. However, we were not lucky enough to get ourselves the Ranger Boots, which is the main item that we were after. So because of that, I'm going to be continuing to do some clue scrolls this week, however not nearly as many as last week. I'm going to aim for like 50 to 100 or something every week. But there's also another grind that we can now start. I told myself and kind of gave myself the arbitrary requirement of having to have Primordial Boots before I started Bandos God Wars. Well, a couple weeks ago we actually did pick up Primordial Boots. However, I haven't gone to Bandos yet. So I think I want to start doing that this week. So I expect this week to be a mix of Bandos, medium clues, and raids. Maybe there'll be some other Slayer in there, I'm not really sure. But those are my main three goals. Hopefully we can pick up a lucky BCP or Tassets, because both of those items would be fantastic to have. Maybe even the hilt. I guess we'll see. So I've been trying to think of some more AFK things to do on this account while I'm doing other stuff, or if I'm just not paying too much attention or whatever. And, you know, I'm still catching Implings and doing all that stuff, but that's not exactly AFK. I took a look at my stats, and I could obviously still train fire making and woodcutting and stuff, but I've been doing so much PVM, and I've really neglected the idea to just train up my melee stats, since pretty much every Slayer task I do right now isn't going to be giving me melee XP, or if it is, it's not going to be a substantial amount. And since I want to start Bandos, probably today, actually, why not work on getting max melee stats in my off time? So in order to do this, I think what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to, since I have some extra gold right now anyway, I think I'm going to buy some Chaos Runes, head over to the Czar area, and pick up the full Obsidian Outfit. The reason for this is I already have several extra onyxes that I can use for a B-neck, so I might as well just do that and then just AFK and NMZ a little bit, just until I get max melee stats. I mean, it's not like it's going to hurt my account. If anything, it's going to bring up my DPS for the probably extended amount of time that I'm not 99 in these stats, so might as well just get that done since I'm not really hard grinding Slayer, and again, not doing it with melee much either. So I think what I'm going to be doing is going for like 10 clues a day, like 50-ish clues a week, so these are my 10 for the day. Let's see if we can just pop ourselves some Ranger Boots. Would be very nice, though I don't anticipate it happening, to be honest with you. That's my second Bandos cloak. Sorry to anyone who's particularly dry on that. Doesn't look like it's happening today. This Gothics page might be new, but I kind of doubt it, to be honest. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I wanted to start grinding out Bandos in the God Wars dungeon. The only thing that was holding me back from this before was the arbitrary requirement of the Primordial Boots that I put on myself that obviously aren't even really needed for this. I've had the requirements to do Bandos for quite a while, I just never really had the motivation. But now, we're kind of getting further and further into the end game, and I really want to start getting Bandos armor. And that is all I'm here for, just Bandos armor. I don't really care about the hilt since I don't really plan on doing Corp on this account, and obviously the boots don't mean very much either, although they do count for a master clue step. So does the Bandos Godsword, but let's be real. I'm probably never going to end up getting a Bandos plate body to finish that clue off anyway, even though I did get a Bandos cloak while doing that medium grind. So we're just going to jump right into this. Hopefully I can manage to pick myself up a lucky piece of armor. Though, like I said, the hilt isn't needed. I wouldn't necessarily mind getting it, but I wouldn't be over the moon excited either. Now, when it comes to inventory and gear, this is pretty much what I have settled on. I think it's a pretty decent setup. You know, general Barrows equipment for the main slots. The reason that I am using a defense cape is obviously the Ring of Life effect. I think it is more worth it to take that. In case of a disconnect, it could save me, or in case I just get comboed down very quickly, it could save me. You know, you guys remember back when I got saved at Cerberus with the Ring of Life, so I will never hate on this thing. I think that it has a substantial chance to do well for me. The reason that I have the Dragon Hunter Lance is because this actually does still count as a Zami item, and it will be what I am using for my kill count, and I have the War Blessing for my Bandos item. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. I'm probably going to be doing some shield to defender flicking because I'm fairly comfortable doing that. My gear is going to change a little bit throughout the times that I'm doing Bandos, but this is generally the setup that I'm going to be sticking with. So, pretty self-explanatory, but I thought I'd show it to you guys anyway, just so that you know what I'm going to be taking with me. Alright, so these two are same ticked right now. What? Come on, man. You could have done something so great there. That could have been like the most amazing thing ever. And you do that. That's alright. I mean, I'm not mad. This is kind of funny. Alright, so it turns out that this actually is the Godsword shard that I needed. I believe this is my last one. Let me see. Yeah, that's actually really cool. So that's my first blade completed right there. Whenever I actually get a hilt, or any hilt, it doesn't have to be just one, because you can interchange the blade between any of them, I can now make it. So that's actually really, really good. So the drop that I thought was a troll is actually decent. Also, yes, that trip that started out super amazing did end up being a 2-kill trip, because Bandos is painful sometimes. Worse than Zammy, just saying. Like, oh, that's not fair, I don't have to... Yeah, I don't know. Nobody's ever gonna win in that argument, you know what I mean? Oh my god. Oh my god, I just pissed off so many fucking Iron Men. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, dude. I actually genuinely feel really, really bad. I think I just pissed off so many irons. Oh my god. I even said it. I even said I know I'm gonna get the hilt before I get tacits or a BCP. Alright, I mean that's cool. I mean I guess I might use it here. I don't know how like useful that is though, to be honest with you. So, I mean it's obviously very cool. Getting Bandos hilt, very, very nice. I recently changed my setup a little bit as well, so this setup seems to be working slightly better, but I don't know, it's very small sample size to be able to tell. And as you guys know, I did get that last shard, probably the last clip you saw before the hilt, actually. So I can actually make this into a BGS. However, that requires 80 smithing. And I don't have 80 smithing right now, but I could probably do it, I can definitely do it 100% with just the gold ore I have banked right now. So I will probably work on that later this week or something. So yeah, that'll be kind of cool. We'll make a BGS later this week, and I'll probably start using it over the Dragon Warhammer as a spec weapon when I continue to do Bandos. Well, I was already very close to this level, so this one was obviously the fastest. But that is 78 smithing, just 2 to go. This is actually really, really quick at this level. I'm used to it being at like the 90 pluses where every level is still... I mean, it's even quick at faster levels. This is just fast. This should not take me long. And 79, just 1 level to go. Nice and simple, that is done. It only took me like a couple of hours. Probably not even a full 2 hours, to be honest. 80 smithing, and we can now make adamant battle axes. And of course, Godsword blades. Who cares about that, though? There we go, Godsword blade is now done. Let's of course pop that on to the Bandos hilt, and there we go, the first completed Godsword on the hardcore. The Bandos Godsword. Now a lot of people do consider this to be one of, if not the most useful Godsword, since the SGS doesn't have as much of a primary use on an Iron Man account these days. This Godsword unlocks Corp for me if I decide that I want to go back to Zammy and get another spear. I'm not sure if that's something that's ever really going to sit in my goals, because Corp isn't exactly the most fun boss to me. It's also something that's used pretty heavily in Theater of Blood, and for me, it might end up actually being my spec weapon for Bandos, because I find the Dragon Warhammer to be fairly inaccurate there, so I might actually try using this at Bandos itself. Hey you there, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it and helps my videos get seen by more people. Alright, back into the content. And I have to say, even though it's not the item or one of the items that I was really after from Bandos, having access to the ability to like really do Corp is still really cool. Like I have nothing to complain about for that. I mean, like if I decide I want to do it, I now have the ability to do so. Technically this is the rarest relevant item from Bandos, unless you're going for the pet. So it's really nice to have this knocked out. Now hopefully we can continue the insane luck we got on this with the armor pieces, because I would love to finish a God Wars boss at a stupidly low KC. I guess I'll just open these caskets here. 10 caskets for the day again, starting off real strong. I just want to see those rangers, man. That's not Rangers, that's Manacles. That's okay, though. I mean, that's like the second coolest thing to get, although I do already have one. That's my third Bandos Cloak. I feel really bad for Irons who are grinding that. Well, unfortunately, another day without Ranger Boots. 352 mediums now. But I just got 98 magic here at Bandos. I knew it was coming, but like, you don't really pay attention to that stuff when you're killing the boss, so I mean, that's pretty cool. Well, this is not quite the drop that I was hoping to get, but I mean, we have been getting a lot from Bandos. Just unfortunate that another Godsword shard is one of the things. I think we already have an extra dupe of this too. So, and since we have one blade completed at this point, basically any other Godsword shard doesn't really mean much. You don't ever need multiple blades. There's no place in the game where you really need 2 Godswords at once. But it's still nice to pick up another drop. Just kind of hope that we can, you know, we still have plenty of opportunity to get lucky on the armor pieces, which is what I was really, really here for. So just keep hoping, man. Alright, in one more hit here, this should do it. There we go. 98 strength coming in. And you guys are probably wondering why I'm now using Darox. Well, the reason for that is because I'm an idiot. Apparently, Darox is actually a bit better, at least from me testing it. I did a few hours with the Obsidian armor and a few hours with Darox with the same bosses on. And I get, you know, about 10% more XP using Darox. I imagine it's because I'm 99 HP. Even with the amount I'm AFKing, sometimes my HP gets up to like 3 or 4. And it still is better. So that's kind of sad that I wasted money buying that Obsidian armor. But I am 122 combat, and I guess the one other bright side to it is that the Obsidian armor is actually storable in the POH, so it's not going to take up bank space. The only thing that is the Berserker necklace, which just takes the place of the Berserker necklace ornament kit that I had, and the Obby sword. So not that big of a deal, but we are one level away from finishing off this skill, and then I can move on to attack. So you guys remember like 3 months ago when I said I was going to build this fire pit, and then I totally didn't build this fire pit? I finally remembered to do it now that I'm grinding Bandos. So, making a fire, I forgot a tinderbox. Hang on. Okay, let's try this again. Let's hope I didn't mess up again. Can I build it? There we go. The fire of unseasonal warmth. I should no longer lose stats or run when coming in here. And it sounds really, really minor, but considering that I'm getting on average like 2 to 3 Bandos kills per trip, and realistically it's probably going to take me a couple hundred kills to get those armor pieces, if it saves me 30 seconds each trip, that's going to add up very, very quickly. And I still have to finish off Arma and eventually do Sara as well, so there's a lot, actually. So it was definitely worth doing. Kind of regret not actually getting the motivation to do it sooner, because it only took me like 20 minutes to actually build. Alright, so I'll admit, the first couple of Godsword shards, it was alright, and the first one was awesome because I completed the blade, but at this point, it is getting a little frustrating. I shouldn't be mad. I know I'm obviously nowhere near dry on anything yet, but it does hurt a little bit to see that, knowing that, well, it's also the same as the last shard I got. I think I have 3 extras of these now, but it hurts a little bit. Just a little. You see a nice rare drop from the boss and it's not an armor piece, you know, it's not great. So you guys might have missed this earlier in the video, but I popped up this loot table right here. And as you can see, a Godsword shard is 2 times rarer than getting an armor piece. That's why getting these from the boss specifically can be fairly frustrating. Now when you get one from a minion, it's not that big of a deal because the chance of getting a minion armor piece is incredibly rare, so it's not that big of a deal if you get a Godsword shard. But from the boss, it's actually substantially rarer to get the shard as opposed to an armor piece. The first shard was pretty cool, because like I said, it finished my blade. But anything after that, slightly frustrating and would definitely prefer to be getting it from the minions. But as you guys will see, that was not the case, and for the rest of this video continues to not be the case. Prepare for some memes. Dude, what the heck is happening? I just keep getting Godsword shards. That's crazy. That's freaking crazy. I mean, like I said, once you have one blade done, all the other ones don't really mean much, but I should not be getting this many Godsword shards. I guess it's just gonna sit in my bank, I guess. At least it's not shard 1 again. So, I may or may not have missed 96 attack. When I'm in Nightmare Zone, I tend to be fairly AFK. Sorry for that. Yeah, I did miss it, but we got 96 attack. I've actually been doing a good amount of Nightmare Zone this week, and my Darok set is almost broken from being fully repaired. So, I know that might make it seem like, oh, you're just AFKing and not, you know, playing this week. But you guys have seen I've still made pretty decent progress in the PVM sense so far. But yeah, this is just what I've been doing anytime I'm editing videos, and especially with the release of Prifdinus, I've had a good amount of time to AFK here. I guess I should take a quick maybe 10 seconds to cover. I don't plan on doing Song of the Elves in this account, mainly because the only good thing that I could really get from there would be the Blade of Saldor from the Gauntlet, and the Gauntlet is a risked death, and to me it just doesn't really feel very worth it to do this very long Grandmaster quest chain to potentially go for an item that I could die getting that's not even super amazing. I don't know. Maybe I will in the future, but as of right now, it's not in my short-term plans. Alright, this one's from a minion. What the heck, though? Why am I getting so many shards? And it's another shard 1! I already have so many of these, dude. If I get another shard 2, I can finish a second blade. I don't think I'll ever really, like, need a second blade, but I mean, I guess it'd be okay for when I eventually get a Sara hilt. But, why am I getting so many shards, man? Just drop me armor. It's a minion, though, so, I mean, minion shards are fine, but Smork. Oh my god. Why do I keep getting these? This is such a troll. I've had like 4 shard 1s in this video alone. What the heck? Can I just please get a Bandos piece? Alright, now I know I mentioned in a previous episode that the Rune Sword is just RDT, except it's the God Wars variation. To those of you who didn't remember that or remember me saying it, the God Wars dungeon does have a variable RDT drop to what the normal RDT drop is. So in God Wars, the Rune Sword is just a replacement for the Runite Bar on the RDT. Regardless of that, though, after my recent escapades with all of these Godsword charts, it's still not very pleasing to see. But yeah, I mean that's a thing. So I'm not really one to record most of my elites, but an elite from Bandos, I guess, is pretty interesting. So, 172 KC, picking up our first elite clue scroll. Well, this is one of the 3 big things that I really wanted to get knocked out this week. All I have to do is actually manage to land another hit here, which apparently is now completely impossible. Let's hit something with a little less defense, maybe. There we go, 99 strength. That's pretty nice to do. I know that most people get that as their first skill to 99 in terms of combat stuff, but I'm still happy that I went with defense first. And now all we have to do is round off 99 attack for our maxed combat stats, or at least maxed melee stats. I still do need to get 99 magic, I guess. 2 other things I want to do this week are I want to finish off around 200 Bandos KC. I feel like that's a pretty good stopping point, especially considering how slow the boss is and how many kills we've already achieved this week. And I also want to finish off all of the like remaining 500 or so eclectics in my bank, which is like 15 to 20 more medium clues if we get average RNG. So let's go ahead and finish all that up. Something I'm sure some of you guys have actually noticed in the past few clips is that I'm no longer taking the crystal shield with me. This isn't necessarily by choice. The crystal shield right now after the Song of the Elves is actually kind of bugged. I don't know if this is intentional because I talked to some JMods on Twitter and they're not sure if it's intentional or not. But the way the crystal shield is supposed to degrade is it's only supposed to degrade or like lose charges on times you take damage. But for some reason right now, it degrades even if you take a 0, even if you're praying against the thing that you're getting hit by. So basically, it degrades about 5 to 10 times faster than it's supposed to. I've talked to some people who said that an entire fully charged crystal shield didn't even last them for their Arma task. Or for my personal situation, 10 Bandos kills used about 1200 charges on the shield. So if that's a permanent thing, I'm probably never going to use the crystal shield again. And if it's temporary and it's just a glitch, then I guess I'll start using it once it's fixed. Alright, one of the 2 remaining things I wanted to get done this week was to finish off 200 KC at Bandos, and that is now done. I'm gonna finish out this trip. I mean, I'm probably just gonna get like one more kill. So I guess if you guys see another Bandos clip this video, it's probably me getting a drop. But yeah, we're gonna do more Bandos in the future. I'm not like quitting the boss entirely. I'm just taking a little break from it for a little bit. You know, 200 kills in a week, considering the speed of my kills, it's a bit of a grind. My spirit has been crushed. I just got my, I believe, 7th Godsword shard of the week. And, of course, it's a shard 1 as well. Which, to those of you who don't know, or haven't been paying attention to the previous clips in this video, I have, I think, 6 Godsword shard 1s in the bank, counting this one. So, yeah. Not ideal. Not ideal. Definitely 100% after that, gonna be taking a break from Bandos for a little bit. Gonna bust open these clue scrolls. Managed to get 20, which is actually pretty good. I don't expect to get rangers, but first of all, beginner clue. Oh my lord, that's... Whew. Alright, start working on these mediums. Heraldic shield. I mean, I don't really care about these miters. I don't know why I even bother like stopping to look at them. They're not really impressive. That might be needed, I'm not sure. The banner probably is. Alright, let's bank all of these. 13 left to go here. I don't know which of these things are actually uniques or not, because the only unique we are looking for is, of course, the boots. And wow, these are some depressing medium clue scrolls, man. Oh my god. Come on. 5 more. I'm actually a lot higher medium clue KC than I thought I was. Ugh. It hurts. It hurts. Ah, 372 KC. We still don't have rangers. Alright. Before I get into the full outro of this video, some minor announcements that I will definitely talk about all of this in its own specific video in the future, but August is going to be a massive month for me. So first of all, I mean, I got all these videos coming out, and that's pretty cool. Making a lot of progress on the hardcore. It's actually my 1-year anniversary with my wife very soon as well, so that's very exciting. I have all my friends coming to hang out at my house for an entire week for the LAN party and maxing, and there's going to be a lot of vlogs coming from that. And then at the end of the month, WoW Classic is coming out. And I do plan on making videos and streaming WoW Classic as well. Don't worry, I'm not quitting RuneScape. I'm just going to be playing both the games at the same time, so I hope you guys can understand and watch that content as well. I'm going to make a video talking about all of this stuff very soon. And it's going to be a pretty big announcement and important announcement video, so I really hope you guys take the time to listen to that when it does come out and kind of understand my reasoning for a lot of the things that I'm doing on my channel in the future. Either way, now we can outro the video. Yes, I'm back here. Like I said, I'm going to be here a lot. Just get used to it. You know, unfortunately, we did kind of get screwed by all those Godsword shards from Bandos. Those definitely, you know, would have been real nice for those to be BCPs and Tacits instead, but can't complain overall because we did still get the BGS, and although it's not the most useful thing, it does technically give me access to doing Corp if I ever decide to get a second Sammy Spear, so that's pretty cool. No progression on the Rangers grind either, but what can you do? It's RNG. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that a lot, and it does help my videos get seen by more people. So if you haven't already clicked the like button, and you could do it now, that would be really awesome. I know my viewer retention usually drops off at this point because nobody watches the outros of videos, but a big thank you as well to those of you who have been hanging out in the CC. I'm in the Dabe CC all the time, seeing a lot of new faces in here. That's awesome. And a massive thank you as well to those of you who have been supporting me on Twitch and watching my live streams. Probably have that on my screen somewhere right now. And those of you who are supporting by clicking that join button down below, as well as checking me out on Patreon. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next week. I don't know, my August schedule, there's going to be a lot of videos, and they're going to be kind of scattered. So I guess I'll see you guys next week, or sometime during the week. We'll have to see. Either way, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys soon.
Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you.